Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Admiral Pegasus, and on today's video, yes, it's part 2 of DS9's Retribution. So we've got a lot of things coming. We know for a fact that we've got Elite Outposts coming. We've got Fleet Commander Cisco coming. We've got Esri Dax. We've also got the Meridian coming to the Independent Archives. No, that's not because I've already read this. This is because that is exactly what we've seen and exactly what we've been told. Anyone who watched the 7th year anniversary video will know the Meridians come in this month. And we've also got the Mantis coming in February, March time next year, because of that video. Also, if you did check out Rez's video when he covered Fleet Commander Cisco, I believe I also put it in my video, screenshots from SCFC's video on Fleet Commander Cisco. We also know Esri Dax is coming and a new Fleet Commander seat available in an updated Outpost refinery. Sadly, yes, that is all 51 plus. Now, are we going to be getting something for G3 on G4? I don't know. Let's have a look at these patch notes, see what we've got, and then we'll take it from there. So I'm not going to read half the text. I mean, you can always look into that yourself. So we're going to jump in with the first one, which is the quality of light is adding the Meridian. Pay special attention to this is the Meridian needs to be tier 9. Remember, tier 9 level 41 for it to actually click over and give you the mastery of the Meridian. What this is going to entail is loot in it. Well, I'm hoping they're going to show us a little bit further down, but it's also going to require archives level 56. So if you haven't got it that high yet, you need to get it that way. But unfortunately, that literally means anybody below, and this is because of the lock that's on it, you need to be operations 56 as well. So if you are below operations 56, sorry, you're not going to have access to this just yet. So, but this is another incentive for you to get out there, get yourself leveled up. Don't rush. FOMO, forget it. But I will point out, you need to be Ops 56, then Archives 56. Remember, we've got those building locks, so watch out for that one. But what are we going to be getting in the mastery then? So we're going to get all 3 bundles of the Isogen, emulsion into resin conversion as well for the territory refinery, some resources as well, and also going to be getting the capture services tied to the Isogen bundles as well. Once mastered, players will no longer rely on their alliance to unlock these territory particle services. Your daily Meridian claim automatically includes their benefits, so which basically means you don't need a tier 2 sector to get the 3-star Isogen. You're going to get it automatically. But then again, if you're Ops 56 and above, you're going to know this because you've been in this game long enough. If you are at least a G4 player, you might also know this as well because you've been in the game long enough. If you're G3, you might not fully understand it because you've not been in this game long enough unless you are really taking it slow. So, but how you play your game is entirely your discretion. Playing slow is not a problem because trust me, you can build up a lot more stuff in that time as well. So players who haven't mastered the archive will still need to these services for optimal refinery returns as well. So additional stuff coming in the pillar for it then is Meridian cost efficiency. Yep. Cargo capacity for the Meridian. Yep. ISO mine amount increase. Yep. Protected cargo for faction ships. That will be for me. And the gold avatar. So literally, the only things that's going to be worth anything to me is going to be the protected cargo for faction ships. Faction miners. I don't use them. I use the cell key. I don't think I've even got the G4 faction miners. So yeah, not really going to be much benefit to me, but hey-ho. I might as well get it done because at least then I can still get all the Isogen and everything. So I can still pull those chests in the territory refinery. So improvements as well to the hierarchy. I did mention this in the last video. She's having her captain's maneuver being changed from if the opponent has any state to absolutely nothing. She just basically procs, and this will give her officer ability the ability to proc from round 1 as well. Because remember, as it goes Captain's Maneuver, which scans for everything and will only proc those particular Captain's Maneuvers that are supposed to proc when it says at the start of combat or something similar. Then it'll move on to the officer ability. So obviously this is where the states are applied. So if she's not detected that as a state in place, her officer ability is not going to proc. Yeah. Now it does not matter. It'll proc no matter. Sorry, her officer ability will proc, but a captain's ability. I will get this part right. If a captain's maneuver has not detected a state, she will not proc. But her officer's ability will proc, which will allow, in the next round, for the captain's maneuver to proc. Not anymore. It's literally going to proc the captain's maneuver, followed by the officer's maneuver. So let me get that one right. I did actually get it right in the video, by the way. So, but anyway, missions then coming up. So we've got it looks like they're being spread out again through the month, so you're going to have to watch out for this one. So we've got week 1, we've got Fragile Alliances, week 2, Crowded House, and week 3, Acquiescence. I will get that word right. And then week 4 is going to be the Trap. All 3-parters, so nice and easy. Fly through those missions, get the rewards. It doesn't give you specific ops levels, so I'm going to guess oh, hang on. Yes, it did. It's right here. Ops 51 and above. So again, this is G5 and above. I'm sorry, G4, G3. If you're waiting patiently, thank you so much for waiting patiently. Smash the like button if you're enjoying the video at least. And even if you're G5 or higher, go on, smash that like button. Give us a like. Let the algorithm help. But anyway, Solar Wave Defense expansion with the Elite Solo Outposts. Obviously, Elite Solo, this is pretty much you against the outpost. How's this going to work? I've not seen anything more on the outpost, but as mentioned in our November blog, the outposts are now permanent and are always on efficiency feature. The outposts will follow the same philosophy. These are more challenging and remain available indefinitely, giving players the freedom to engage throughout December and into 2026. These are an advanced vision of the previous ones, offering access to high value rewards, which is also going to bring in an epic credit as well. Yeah, we've already got the common, the uncommon, and the rare. Now you're going to get the epic. So, right, so what are the characteristics for this then? So they present a higher challenge to defeat at level. I'm still struggling to get past level 56. And I'm using 2 of my strongest ships. Now, in the G5 video, I mentioned about the difference between my Enterprise D and the Borg Cube. How the Enterprise D survives longer and can kill more than my Borg Cube can with the exact same crew. So, but yeah. So it drops elite outpost credits, as I've just mentioned, unlocking access to new rewards like Federation as a faction reputation bundles for G5 and above. So it does look like G5 will gain access to these. Significantly higher quantities of retaliation medals and retaliation plunder, and access to more powerful and numerous outpost buffs. So they are initiated by elite strike directives, which can be earned free through the free track. So this is going to be free to play from the start of the battle pass. Well, when you actually finally get to the directives, how many directives are going to cost? He hasn't put that, so we don't actually know, unless it's a little bit further down. Additional directives will also be distributed during the release period, allowing players to try out and explore the new content as early as possible. Now, like I say, I'm struggling with the 56s, so I might really struggle with these ones. Then the outpost entities, then 51 plus, following a similar structure as the previous ones, offering 2-layer encounter. The outposts themselves, and first the outpost, and second is going to be all the hostiles that strike back to try and get this outpost back off you. Like the common counterparts, the elites remain immune to non-generic Armada and Marauder power, while still being fully affected by outpost specific buffs and abilities. Now, the one thing is it would help if Scopely actually give us an officer or 2 or 3 or 4. So yes, that would be nice if they actually did that. That actually can go against these retaliation hostiles as well. But hey-ho, that'll be something that's like $100 just to crack open, and probably about $1,000 just to max out. If they did it. But then again, we still got Ezri to come. What exactly is Ezri going to do? So as you explore the galaxy, you'll encounter elite versions of the 3 different outposts, Cardassian Borg and the Node. Remember, Node is the Klingon one. Expanded across all 3 sections of space. Elite variants deepen the existing faction themes and introduce more demanding challenges. They retain the same core abilities and upgrade systems, but push them further. The outpost buffs feature higher potency, stronger scaling across levels, and additional upgrade tiers, resulting in more dramatic, powerful effects as you progress. So let's go along with how we know Scopely work with this. The higher the buffs, the more expensive they are going to be. So, right, so here we go then. So these are going to be the elite ones. So as you can see, they are starting at Ops 53. I originally suspected they were going to be G7 because in the video for the feature of Cisco, all they showed was the G7 one. So perhaps I shouldn't have anticipated that they were going to be specifically G7. I do believe I said in my video they were going to be G7. That is wrong. So here's an amendment. Here's a correction. No, they start at level 53. So these are the systems that you're going to have for the Cardassians. The buffs you're going to have is increased Apex Shred against the hostiles. So nice little buffs there. And what we're going to have is maximum cargo requires redeploy, so which basically means you're going to have to dock and then go back out. So if you're already mining as you start this, it's not going to take effect. Again, same with increased loot from hostile armadas, but remember as well, these things last 6 hours. So it could be a case of when it comes to the mining side of things, increasing your cargo size, put a spare miner on your node while you send your primary miner back home to be docked, then redeploy it back to the node. Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but that would be my best recommendation. And also a chance for morale to proc, so that would be good for things like my Enterprise D, increasing its firepower. Right, so that's for the 53, 63 and the 73 variants. The 56, 66 and 77 is officer stats, hull health for all ships and triggering hull breach. 60, 70, 80 variants is increased mining speed, hazard protection, which is nice. So 6 hours of hazard protection. If you can survive 6 hours. If you can survive it. If anyone put that in the comment section down below, take it out. Don't worry, I won't blame you. I've been wondering, whoa, what did they comment? What was that? But anyway, so, and also triggering burning. Next up is going to be the node, the Klingon version. Again, so what we got here is we've got, again, increasing barrier against the retaliation hostiles by up to 60,000. Remember, for every 10,000 is 1 extra hull. So instead of killing 1 hostile, you can kill 2. This is now going to give you the ability not killing 1 hostile, but 7. Hang on, let me get me hands in the camera correctly. 7 hostiles. Yes, because don't forget, you still got your primary hull. You still got your primary hull. These are additions. So, increase it, and then going through what we have actually got. So the 53, 63, 73 Apex buy for the first 10 rounds of PvP, so giving you an extra 5 hulls basically. Extra bonus PvP in station combat and PvP, sorry, that's critical damage, sorry, and then ISO damage in station combat. 56, 66, 77 is going to be ISO defense for the 10 rounds in PvP, Apex shred in PvP, and critical damage bonus in PvP station combat. And then finally for the top 160, 70, 80s is critical damage for the first 10 rounds in PvP, ISO damage in station PvP, and Apex Shred in PvP. Now, here's the Borg ones. These are the ones I primarily go after, so which basically means I'll be taking the 53s on. Also, I want to make this point abundantly clear. These are going to be very busy on Arc launch. They are going to be very busy. So it might be a case of forget the first week, start in the second week, build up those directives, and then you can have a bit of a run at it. And remember, the higher level players are going to punch down so they get to find the level they can effectively take on, especially those experienced players. They're going to be thinking, how low will I have to go? So it's like, for me, I will have to come down to the 53s and start there. If I can take the 56s on and win, that's going to be my sweet spot. It is at the minute. If I've got full buffs on the originals, I can clear them. If I don't buff, I can't. And also the Titan's buffs, Titan A's buffs, fortification and max fortification, do actually work. Time it correctly. I can get 3 hostiles. If I activate the buff just before I kill the first hostile, so like 10-20 seconds beforehand, I can kill it, which means then I've still got 2 more hostiles I can kill. I usually try and go after the 57s with them because they are stronger, and I can literally bring it down from a 6-round fight to a 2-round fight with max fortification. So just as a point out there, if you've not discovered that. If you have, kudos to you, well done. So what these are going to give you then is they're going to give you isolated defense, which is the primary of the board because it's isolated damage. Here's the bottom levels then. So ISO defense against all hostiles and armadas, critical chance against hostiles and armadas, and critical damage. Let's leave the hostiles and armadas bit out. Yeah, so next ones, the middle ones is mitigation, isolated cascade, and critical chance. And then the top ones is apex barrier against all hostiles, not armadas, hostiles only. Critical damage and ISO cascade damage. Now, I'm sure somebody can explain the difference between standard ISO damage and cascade. I think it's got something to do with like things like research and things like that. I've never been able to get my head fully around it, and I really, really should. Maybe we could discuss that in a live stream. But anyway, so here's your currency then. The basic directive for these will be sourced through events in the store, and also don't forget the battle pass on the free line, and I'm sure the elite line is also going to have some. Elite outpost credits earned by defeating the outpost or defending against the attackers. And then you got the epic components as well, which will be for the higher level of the buffs. Outpost rewards and refinery then. So the outpost refinery is locked when the unlocked when the outpost control center is built. We all know that. We found out last month. With engage with the elite outposts, earn the currencies that can be used in multiple bundles, which deliver significantly high value resources, materials, and fleet commander progression items. So, elite outpost exchanges. Then so you got this is G6, which is the exchange in available from Op 71. Improves at Op 73. Okay. And improves more value against the non-elite exchanges. Then you've got the one for the exchange for G6 and the exchange for G5. So I should ideally be doing the G6 one, but unfortunately my building's not 61. It's still a long way off, and it's going to take me a long time to get there unless I can actually find a way to kill the 63s. Or the 66s. If I can find a way to kill them and get through it, maybe just a case of just starting it for the sheer hell of it might be the best way around it. I don't know. Maybe I could probably do with getting a second G6 uncommon. But anyway, faction reputation bundle. So then, as you can see, these also unlock at the various levels. but these are your ops levels, not the not like these ones. Oh no, it is ops, so which means yeah. So yeah, I should be getting. Oh yes, oh, my God, I can't even get my own game right. I can gain access to this, but because I don't get enough loot, because I don't kill the higher ones, I have yet to pull one of these. I'm getting close. I'm getting close, but I don't pull the G5. It's an absolute waste of time for me. Plunder rewards then. So this is what it's going to cost. You've got the Benjamin Sisko skill points and the actual shards as well, which is going to be great. Sigma Commander rank up credits and also Fleet Commander C unlocked. That is what the plunder is going to get you. Remember, the plunder is for defeating the second wave. When you take these hostiles on, let's take the 56s for example. You've got a level 56 wave, you've got a level 57 wave. The plunder is on the 57 waves, while the medals are the 56 and the 57s. So I don't know why I stress that much. Esri then, new epic officer coming in, is going to be under the medals as well. And you're also going to have the trade down bundles as well, going from epic into rares. So Fleet Commander Sisko then, we've already covered him in another video, but just a quick overview then. He's got a tactician tree, combat tree, and a mechanic tree. With the mechanic tree is going to be more ideally aimed at G7 with this station uncommon materials. There's obviously faster mining, cargo capacity, stronger faction reputations, outpost rewards as well. And I believe it's the mechanic that's also going to give you, yes, give you, when you unlock it, so you'll have to go through the skill points, is going to give you one extra ship for your fleet against the outposts. That's the one I'm definitely going to be going for once I've got Sisko. I will be going for him, but as well, what I've heard is not going to be sourced like Khan. It's going to take you time. So just bear that in mind. And then so we don't need to go too much into that, because obviously you can check out my video that I've actually covered. So Esri Dax then. Captain's Maneuver and Officer's Maneuver. So, Isolated Cascade when attacked by a player while on a survey ship. Okay. Okay, so always at max value does not benefit from synergies. Oh my God. Right, so she doesn't synergize. But she's going to be a PV player on survey, so... You're going to have to decide, do you want your mining crew that can mine fast, or do you want to protect your ship with extra isolated damage? Okay. Officer ability then, Grief Counseling. Increasing isolated cascade on round start against players if a player has any state for 2 rounds. Okay. So, that's fine. That's fine. So, additional content coming up then. So, we've got Chaos Tech. We've got the, what's this one? Encounters with the Vengeance optimizations for the Reliant against the Augment. So, we've got a portable transport beaming device. Anyone remember this? This is what Scotty was holding in Star Trek Into Darkness. I will get the name right. And basically claiming that Khan used it to transport to the Klingon homeworld. Right. I totally get that at some point we are going to have the ability to, you know, basically kill ourselves and redevelop ourselves with transporters. That's pretty much what a transporter is. It breaks you down, puts you into a data stream and sends you across. That's the way Star Trek has always explained it. So we are going to have that ability one day. And I'm sure one day they will have the ability to basically beam from one side of the galaxy to the other. A lot of power required. However, this was never ever mentioned in TOS or the Next Generation. Not even in Voyager, which was the most up to date of the original batch of Trek. Yeah. It was just for dramatic effect and a way to get out of everything. But I'm sure one day it can be created. Just like in Disco Season 3 and to 5. Parts that separate, detached from the ship. People say, never going to happen. How do we know what's going to be invented in the 32nd century? How do we know that they're not going to have the ability to have parts here, there, and everywhere, but still effectively joined together with magnetic fields and things like that? Our limited science says it can't happen. Who knows what can happen up there? But anyway, so this is going to be, so this portable warp beaming device is going to increase apex shred, barrier, and critical chance, all in PvP. Also, the shred is if the opponent has hull breach, so it will need to stay. Mark 6 photon torpedo then for the Reliant, in a chance to apply hull breach against the woke hostiles, so that will be a nice little one to add, increasing champion trophies from the hostile chest and increasing your base hull health. So that seems like a nice little one here. Battle Pass then will include shards of Esri Dax. I expect that to be the elite line. But it's nice the fact they're actually going to give us some shards. Are they going to give us a full unlock? Don't count on it. It's an epic officer. At most, you might get... They always do it at the end of the Battle Pass, don't they? There's always usually officer shards at the end of the Battle Pass. I just remembered that little bit. That's because it's been that long since we've been able to actually source an officer in the month. Unless you're spending money. But anyway, mid-ops then. Here we go. So this is for G3, G4. Thank you very much for holding through 26 minutes of a video. My God. So this month then is going to bring you the full Strange New Worlds arc themed arc, featuring a new story where commanders team up with the crew of the Enterprise to rescue Sam Kirk. So this is going to be the full lot. Featured ships then, 20 to 29 is going to be the Franklin, 33 to 39 is going to be the Mantis, 30 to 39 is going to be the Squall, and 40 plus is going to be the Eviscerator. Officer sourcing is going to have several officer shards, including Sam, Captain Pike, will be available this month. Commanders who complete the arc's full events, including heroics. Yeah. Moolah. We'll also have the opportunity to unlock Dejok and Black Ops and Benga. Now, I can say Dejok is pretty damn good, especially when it comes to mining the Transigen. And Benga, I've not got him, so I couldn't tell you. Also, in the community corner then, we've got a Windtrek Holiday, the Galactic Adventurers. Yeah, okay, I will get that right. So 12 Days of Christmas starting on the 12th of December. So head on over to the official Discord for full details. I've not actually seen this one drop yet, and then there's also going to be a few fixes. So let's have a quick gander what this is going to say. Okay, so I don't know where it is because I certainly can't find it, but that's it. That's the patch notes. Not a lot of information for the G4 3-4 players really in that one. Yeah. A little bit disappointed with that. All you're getting is Strange New Worlds, but at least you got 4 ships to go after and a couple of officers and also a decent officer. That's far better as a below deck officer than Mariner Beckett. Mariner Beckett always been a brilliant one for increasing weapons damage. Dejok is actually far better. But that's it. That's all there is. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you looking forward to this month, or are you just going to say, yeah, I'm going to sit this one out? But anyway, I'm not. I will partake and see what I can do with these elites, if I can do anything at all. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I'm Admiral Pegasus. Until next time, take care, stay safe, live long and prosper, and I shall catch you on my next video. Until next time, goodbye.